Alright, looks like we are live. Um, this isn't right though. Gonna want to change this. Alright, so we are looking at some heavy gusts tonight, along with this winter storm. We do have blizzard warnings, um, and winter storm warnings, as well as the advisories. Hold up. So throughout the upper Midwest and Great Lakes, we do have a ton of advisories out, spanning from Nebraska all the way. All of Michigan is under some sort of winter storm alert, as well as the states of Iowa and Wisconsin are completely covered. North Central and Northeastern Wisconsin are all under winter storm warnings, as well as most of Upper Michigan. Um, Northwest Illinois and East Central Iowa are all under winter storm warnings also, and Central Iowa is all under some blizzard warnings, which I don't think we've seen this year. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold. Um, Looks like dense fog up in the Dakotas and northwest Minnesota. As well as wind chill advisories. Now, before I hop into the polar vortex, Arctic blast, whatever you want to call it, to me it's all the same. It gets the point across. Let's look at today in the Great Lakes. So we're just going to look at precipitation type right now. Looks like some lake effect as it comes across Lake Michigan and crosses the Lake Michigan shoreline. Maybe a little bit more lake enhancement over here off of Saginaw Bay. Down in Ohio and Indiana, you'll probably get a lot of on and off rain and snow mixed in with some freezing rain and wintry mix as well. So watch out when you're driving. Stay home if you don't absolutely have to go anywhere. Do not leave the house. See where the heaviest precipitation is going to be. Yeah, it looks like the real heavy organized precipitation is gonna end at about hold on. At about 7 p.m. and anything after that, it's going to be light. Maybe some moderate rainfall, but the snow really is gonna, and intensity is gonna taper off until it crosses Lake Huron and Ontario and Erie and comes into New York and parts of PA. This is the model I like better. It seems to be more accurate. It's the Kuchera or Kuchera. Um, Looking at about 4 inches most areas in Metro Detroit, into Oakland County, Washtenaw County, some isolated areas in northern Macomb County could see 5 inches. But like I said, there's this lake effect. Over here, it's looking like you could get 16 inches. I do have a prediction for Roseville, Michigan. I'm looking at about 3 inches maybe, just averaging out all of the snowfall models, snow accumulation models, stuff like that. And then when we're looking at rainfall, this doesn't exactly mean that it's going to rain. This could be the snow water equivalent, and so if we don't get any rain with it, snow water equivalent is going to be about 4/10 of an inch, which is very heavy wet snow. So always make sure to be careful when you're shoveling out there. There's a few National Weather Service weather ready infographics that I'll probably post on social media tomorrow across Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I don't really post that stuff on here because it's difficult. And with Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, I can post to one thing and have it posted to both of the others at the same time. Now, freezing rain, Metro Detroit, it's not really looking like that big of a problem. If it's even going to happen, it probably won't happen. I'm looking at trace right here. Everything's saying trace in the models, and that's only on the wrap model. So I just put the highest trace amount, which would be 9/1000ths of an inch. Today, I'm looking at a high of 34, and overnight a high of 30. However, there's going to be high, well, not dangerously high. Some 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts are possible in Metro Detroit, across parts of northwestern Ohio, and even north-central Ohio, and maybe even parts of northern Indiana as well. Northern Indiana, you'll probably only see upwards of 40, probably won't hit that 50-mile-per-hour threshold, unless you're right on the northwest Indiana state line with Ohio. And I also did make a more eye candy, so to speak, version of the wind gusts, the maximum wind gusts that could be hit tonight. All the red is areas that could cross that 50-mile-per-hour wind gust threshold. Remember, these are gusts. They're not sustained winds. They're not going to do as much damage as a sustained wind. 50-mile-per-hour sustained winds would cause some damage to roofing, maybe knock down some decent-sized limbs off of trees, maybe even knock out power. But I don't see that happening today, especially in these yellow counties. These counties are only going to cross the 40-mile-per-hour threshold when it comes to wind gusts. So I don't see any sustained winds anywhere crossing 30 miles per hour. Maybe not even 25. these 45-mile-per-hour gusts are the outflow winds from this cold front that's going to be moving in behind this winter storm. This winter storm is kind of going to be on the leading edge of this front that we're calling a polar vortex, which it's different than a normal front. You've got cold air moving one way or in one direction at the North Pole, and it's moving the opposite direction at the South Pole. I want to say it's moving counterclockwise at the north and clockwise at the south. And that's what causes these polar vortexes, and that's why they're called a vortex. Okay. Yeah, I understand that there might be some buffering. Doesn't look like we have any views right now, really. Hopefully this does come out decent. I'm glad that I finally got this to work so I could live stream and screen capture at the same time. I don't think there's really anything in the Metro Detroit area quite yet, so I'm going to hop onto the radar real quick. Doesn't look like there's really anything in the Metro Detroit area right now, not within 100 nautical miles. Looks like right now the storm is getting into central Wisconsin and into the western parts of upper Michigan. Looks like we've got some freezing rain up here. Some freezing rain and sleet maybe. And then 9 is going to be snow. Well, 6, 7, and 9 are going to be snow. Let's check back in over here. Alright, sweet. Looks like our stream is going good right now, so that's just where we want it. This is my first time using this program to screen capture. I'm not sure if my face is showing up. If not, oh well. Now if we look at the other model. Excuse me. It's really not that much different this time. Sometimes, like Winter Storm Gale back in December 15th. No, yeah, December 15th. For some reason, any month that's a 15 for me seems to get really good storms, at least last year. November 15th and December 15th. November 15th, we had a pretty decent severe thunderstorm event that went through Indiana, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. We had, like, I want to say, at least 200 wind reports that day across the country. But it wasn't exactly across the country. It was within Ohio and Pennsylvania and maybe a dibble and a dabble in some other states. These are your chances for lake effect snow in this hour. So by 10 a.m. Eastern time. This is your narrowed down parameters for lake effect snow within this hour. These areas have the highest chances. Now let's get into the whole polar vortex thing. At least try. Yeah, this one should work. Just really going to look at the Great Lakes for this. So Sunday in Metro Detroit, we're seeing 10 degrees. Oh, what's this? We got 5 below, 0. Got 13 below up here, 17, 15, 13, 14. Now, earlier, a couple days ago, it was saying that parts of northwestern Ohio were going to get lower temperatures than Michigan was, or most of Michigan. And now I'm starting to think that that might just be the wind chill. Remember that this is ambient temperatures. This is not factoring in any wind chill. So this is next Saturday. Next Saturday, we're still looking at below 0, sub-0, at 0 temperatures. We're looking at 5 below across Metro Detroit, maybe even 8 below. 10 below in Minnesota, 18 below in Wisconsin, 12 below, 10 below in Ohio, 14 below in Indiana and Illinois, 7, 9 below in Iowa. Now, of course, we don't have a model for sustained winds. We do have models for wind gusts. Unless there is one, there isn't one to my knowledge. But if anyone knows of one, I would love to see it. That would be very useful, especially for, I'm sure there is. Otherwise, there wouldn't really be a way to predict good old, actually, this one might show it. Yeah, I think this one shows it. We got 10 knots. Yeah, it's sustained winds. So, then let's go back to so this is me right here. So I'm going to open up my handy dandy wind chill calculator. So that's about 6 below with the wind chill. So this is at 7 a.m. Eastern time on Thursday, or not Thursday, Sunday morning. We're looking at 6 degrees right now in Metro Detroit as an ambient. That's about 6 below still when you factor in wind chill. Let's make sure our stream's going good. We have an excellent connection. That is great to see. I'll probably do another live stream now that I know that this works tonight. I'm going to try making a video. It probably won't be much. It'll probably just be a bunch of time lapse and a little bit of me talking in between or whatever. I'm going to probably wait on... I might have to delay Coco Ross depending on what the temperature actually ends up being like to report snowfall and rainfall totals, if there is any snow or rain. Otherwise, I might just have to mark it as 0 for the day, because I'm not going to endanger myself of going to get whatchamacallit. Well, the Weather Channel's saying Sunday morning 2 below here, so I don't know. I'm not really factoring in all the I'm not averaging out these models right now, so it's very possible what they do is probably similar to what I do with this here. This is actually in a tornado environment evaluation tool that I'm working on currently. I don't really want to give anything away. There's a long range that can take tornado parameters from the numerical data, the numerical models, and line them up with and averages all the models for each parameter and figures out what the best parameter or how it fits with said parameter. So yeah, and doing a long range one and like it's gonna happen tomorrow one. Right now we do have a watch list of you know, I'm gonna this is kind of cool, but thing is, it won't let me add. Yeah, it won't let me add any other states. It kind of pisses me off, but and then don't be alarmed by this. I'm still working out some kinks, so that'll probably go down. And plus, we don't have all the numerical data right now. But yeah, this is what I was talking about that I used to figure out a forecast for the day. I I don't really have the time to sit around and make a weekly forecast, a 7-day forecast, because then I'd have to update it every day and stuff like that, which I'd have to do a full 7 days every day, and this already takes about a half an hour to an hour, depending on how I'm feeling about it. So yeah, this is just what I'm using to run it through trials, stuff like that. Figure out how effective it is, how accurate it is. Figure out if I need to work out any kinks. Figure out what the kinks are that I need to fix. Stuff like that. So doesn't look like we have any more alerts. This looks like some hazardous weather outlooks in through here. High wind warnings maybe over here. And through here. So I think those are. Alright, well, like I said, I'll probably try making a video depending on the weather. I may or may not go outside depending on how hazardous it may be. Like I said, I'm even considering uh, not doing my Coco Ross daily reports because I've got to go outside for it, and if the power happens to run out, then I'm just letting heat out of the house and cold air into the house, so that wouldn't be good at all. So yeah, thanks anyone who happens to tune in. I just got one viewer, I think, and I'm about to hop off. So this video will be up on the channel for your viewing pleasure, to inform yourself on this system. Remember, I really hope that I am not your only line of information when it comes to weather, because I mean, I consider myself pretty knowledgeable, but there are plenty of way more knowledgeable people out there that've got big degrees and bachelor's, masters. I'm gonna be going for my gen eds here this fall, and then hopefully next fall or next spring be able to transfer out to a bigger university and get my bachelor's in atmospheric science, meteorology, whatever you want to call it. Every school tends to call it something different. I know Oklahoma calls theirs meteorology. North Dakota calls theirs atmospheric science. Southern New Hampshire University has one, but they call it geoscience. I think there's one or two others that call it geoscience and just group it with a bunch of other things. There's colleges that have a research and a broadcasting section of their meteorology, stuff like that. So, yeah, thanks to anyone who tuned in. I think I've seen maybe 2 views pop up. Thank you to anyone who tunes in later on. Make sure to like and subscribe down below. And when you hit that subscribe button, make sure that you have that bell turned on, so that you get notifications whenever there's a video or a live stream popping up. So, yep, I'll see you guys later. Stay safe, stay warm. Have a wonderful day.